Shalom. First, I accept our sin, all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai, Bashem Kakadash, the honor to the elders and apostles of the will, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. This is just a quick lesson. I'm just going in the spirit. This is Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true. And that's talking about Yahweh Shai. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Right, man, in righteousness, man. And that's what these people got it messed up at, man. Yahweh Shai is coming back for war. He's not coming back for peace, man. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. It says, think not that I'm come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. Right. So Yahweh Shai, he's coming back with a killing instrument, man. That's what that sword represents, man. He come back with in the chariot, um, with the angels to shoot laser beams on everybody who are not of his elect, two, those that's supposed to be hit with laser beams, man. Second Ezra chapter 13, verse 1, it says, and it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. That's how it shied with the angels. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were under him. Talk about the people. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. That's Yahushua came up out of the heavens, man. Space. Um, and that the multitude of men is talking about all the armies of the world, from the Russian army, the United States Army, the British Army, etc. Man, see, they didn't make the movie Independence Day for nothing, man. That's true. Meaning, your directors know the Bible, they know the scriptures, man, and your directors are witches and warlocks, man. Verse 6, it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. That's the chariot. But I would have seen the region or place where out the hill was graven. See, the chariot looked like a hill. And I could not, right, meaning the chariot was so big that he couldn't see the ends of it. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. See, these people are going to be afraid because Yahweh Shai coming back as a spiritual force. He's not coming back carnally to fight with guns and knives and swords, man. Actual sword. Well, he can use an actual sword, but he's coming back. The Lord can use all that stuff, but he's coming back in the chariot, UFO, having spiritual powers like Goku, etc., shooting laser beams on people, man. It says, verse 9, it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath. And out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Right, man. So I mean, the weapons that Yahweh Shai gonna use is the laser beams, man, from the chariots, man. And he gonna use the nuclear missiles. He gonna take control of the nuclear missiles that these nations have in their arsenal, and he gonna use those to shoot them on specific countries and cities and towns, man. That's what's coming to this place, man. So let me go back to Revelations chapter 19. Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he did judge and make war. Right, so Yahawashi is coming back in a so-called UFO to make war with Esau and the rest of the nations. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and his head were and on his head were many crowns, right? And you know the flame of fire from being angry, drinking wine, etc. Man, but when he come back, he's gonna be extremely angry. 12. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, because he's coming to take down the nations, man. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, because he gonna get busy. He's gonna be out here killing people. And his name is called the Word of the Most High. Right? Yahushua was the Word of the Most High. Yahweh. That's John chapter 1. Read the whole chapter. It says, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, and those white horses represent the so-called UFOs. There's a new name, and I'll keep forgetting the name, but you can easily look it up. Um, and the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power. Right. So Yahushua gonna rule these nations with the rod of iron after he take them down, but we also, Yahushua, we have the elect, well, starting with the elect, because Israel eventually gonna all be birthed back into the kingdom, all gonna rule these nations with a rod of iron, man, through the spirit of power, Yahushua. It says, I'll read it again. It says, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty power. Right. So, oh, this Psalm chapter 2 verse, I'm gonna start at verse 7. I will declare the decree. The Lord Yahweh has said unto me, thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. That's speaking to us. Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron, thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Verse 10, be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Serve the Lord Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to get a chance to rule the nations with the rod of iron also. Uh, hmm. Okay, I'm going to read both of these. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come, right? The truth. Hold the truth fast until Yahweh comes, man. So many you have to endure all the hell and chaos that's coming up until he gets here, man, even if you have to be put to death. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, right, keepeth the works, doing the work, the truth, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. See, those that do the will of Yahweh Shai, up until he get back, gonna get the ruling nations also, and break the nations, meaning beat the nations into subjection. Whenever they get online, they're gonna be beat right back into subjection, man. Um, This Revelation 25 real quick. And she brought forth a man child, Mary, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron, Yahawashi, so-called Jesus Christ. And her child was caught up unto the Most High and to his throne. See, that's how you know who that is, man. Yahawashi was called up to the right-hand side of the Father, man. This is Romans chapter 8, verse 16. It says, the Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh Shemal Shai, right? The Israelites, the blacks, blacks, Native Americans, man, because we fit these prophecies, we fit the spirit of this book, man, the people, man. It says, and if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, right? So we gonna be able to rule with Yahweh Shai, man. You know, Yahweh is how we make it out on the first go round, but the rest of Israel eventually gonna be birthed back in the kingdom and be able to rule also, man. It says, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together, right? So we got to go through the same suffering that Yahushua went through, man. You know, and then if we the prophets, because such things were incarnations, if we them same prophets, we went through what Yahushua went through back then and going through the same thing now today, man. We don't know though who the Lord's elect are and who was going through the same thing she went through. It says, Verse 17, and if children, then heirs, heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahushua, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Right, so our sufferings aren't worthy to be compared to what we're going to receive in the kingdom of heaven, man. Let's see if I can find more and end it off with. It was a double-edged sword. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. It says, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Right, man, the rest of the Israelites. We going back to the land of Israel, man. When Yahweh shall come back with the angels, they're going to destroy America with thermonuclear missiles. And Israel gonna be hit also, but Israel gonna be rebuilt back up. America is never gonna be rebuilt back up, and it's not gonna be inhabited by any humans. It's gonna have certain type of creatures there, like owls and certain type of reptiles. But Isaiah 14 and 1, for the Lord Yahweh will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. The strangers are the rest of the Israelites, according to if I'm not mistaken, First Peter chapter 1, verse 1. James chapter 1, verse 1. It says, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them and bring them into their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh for servants and handmaids. Right? We're going to have slaves. Those who put us into slavery, we're going to put them into slavery. And they shall take them captives whose captives they were, because we still in our captivity, man. We got brought over to here by slavery, and we still in slavery. And they shall rule over their oppressors. See, we are being oppressed. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, right? So we're gonna have no more sorrow. And from thy fear, we're not gonna be afraid of nothing. And from the hard bondage to slavery, we're gonna be up out of slavery, wherein thou was made to serve. Right, man. So everything that's going on is gonna be done away with, man. Everything that's going on to us is gonna be done away with, and it's gonna be done right back to our oppressors, man. And not everything in righteousness though. We ain't gonna be doing the homosexual acts and stuff like that, like how Esau do, worshiping, not doing no witchcraft, anything, man. So with that being said, call all y'all Yabashim Abshai, double honor to the elders and the apostles that we will. And salutations to the brothers that doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.